I will present my lesson planning on reading, where the aim is for the pupils to understand the core message of the text that they have read during the lesson, be able to pick out the most relevant parts of the short story, and to have a discussion about what they have read and compare their thoughts and ideas with their peer. The core content included from the syllabus is the pupils should be given the opportunity to develop their skills and relating content to their own experience. Literature and fiction reading, strategies for understanding details and context in spoken language and text, such as adapting and listening and reading to the type of communication, contents, and purpose. Analyze texts with different purposes. Reading is, of course, a very big part of this lesson, where reading is all about understanding how we use it. And in this lesson, the pupils will be given the opportunity to read a text and practice their ability to understand and elaborate around the meaning behind it. Communication is also another big part of the lesson, where the pupils will try to put their ability to adapt their communication to the purpose. In this lesson, the pupils will be given the opportunity to discuss in pairs about the story. And the lesson will be given around 60 minutes, where the 5 first minutes I will present the purpose of the lesson, welcome the students, and also use the attendance list. The next 5 minutes I will present the text, the dinner party, where the students in pairs will discuss what they think the story will be about. The next 5 minutes we're gonna write down some ideas on the whiteboard. And another 10 minutes, I will give them a handout of the story where they will skim the story to see if they can find any unfamiliar words and write it down. Another 25 minutes we'll be giving for the students to read the text carefully and also reconstruct the story with help of a drawing. I will also walk around in the classroom to help out with difficult words and etc. to help them understand the text in a better way. The next 5 minutes, they will compare the drawings with a partner and discuss the differences. And the last 5 minutes will be a summary of the lesson. Lesson time, as said, 60 minutes. In the first part of the lesson, the purpose is to present the lesson to the pupils, to prepare them for the next hour and for them to understand why the lesson is taking place. During this time, I will also put them into pairs to work together during the lesson. I will present the text, The Dinner Party, by Mona Gardner. I will give them the author and which year it was written, and in pairs they will discuss what they think the story will be about, if the theme, where and when it is taking place. All the pairs will present one idea per group, which I will write down on the whiteboard. Next step is to give all pupils a handout of the story for them to at first skim through to find unfamiliar words. Some words have already been written down on the whiteboard. They will read the story closely and also be giving empty paper and also be expected to have a pen. When it has been read, the assignment for the pupils is to make a drawing for the most central content. The last step is to compare the drawings with the pair and discuss the differences. The class will end with a summary of the lesson and for their pupils to hand in their drawings with the name on, which will be used in their next lesson. Some problems that can be predicted in this class is to discuss or talk in front of a class can be hard for some pupils, which is why the pupils in the beginning of the class has been put into pairs to make their task easier. Another potential problem can be predicted is the part where the students have to draw, and some could see this as a problem where they don't know how to draw. The students will in this case be given the option to make dots and easy lines to make it possible for everyone. I will not grade the students on this task. And in the summer of the class, all the pupils will hand in their drawings, and through this I will be able to see if they have understood the most central content from the text. I will also walk around in the class where they are reading the short story to help out with difficult words and sentences. And from this, I will be able to find signs of learning and see which level of understanding they are on. Materials that will be used is the whiteboard, pen and paper, and how handout of the story, The Dinner Party.